Stick It Out.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to season 2 of Stick It Out. So glad to be here. We have an awesome crew with us for this season. We got Ralph, Jarad, Patrick, and myself, Ryder. Very excited to be doing this. If this is your first time watching, if you didn't watch season 1 or you just need a refresher, Stick It Out is the show where we pick 5 different Rush songs that we maybe aren't too big on, just haven't listened to a lot, maybe need to give a second chance, something like that. And we'll spin a wheel to see which songs we'll be listening to. We'll listen to that song like 10 to 20 times throughout the next 2 weeks, and then we'll come back in the next episode to tell you if our opinions changed on anything. So we're going to go through and introduce what songs we pick, starting with Ralph.
Well, my first song is Rivendell from Fly By Night. It's a pretty song about elves, Lord of the Rings, and one I just never really care to listen to. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Second one is Lakeside Park from Crest of Steel. I'm not one of those that think Crest of Steel is an underrated album. I like Bastille Day on it, and the other songs are okay. Lakeside Park, I find it kind of corny, a little dated, and never really, I'm not really one to listen to it. Jump a little forward, I got The Big Wheel from Roll the Bones. Roll the Bones is a pretty thin album, good, but just The Big Wheel, never got into that groove. And fourth one is Limbo, Test for Echo. I think it's an instrumental, one that just never really stuck with me. It's kind of slow, unlike some of the other ones that they have, better instrumentals kind of put together. Never understood why Monster Mash is in there. I do like the name though. I think that is funny, Rush Limbaugh. So, and our last one is from Vapor Trails Nocturne. One of the reasons I don't like this is it's about dreams. Telling other people your dreams just never really seems interesting to me, and it just never hooked me with these lyrics. I'd rather hear Neil talking about people in the world, things like that.
Awesome. That's a really cool list. Some unexpected picks in there. I might have to fight you on a couple of these, but that's a really neat list. All right, so we're gonna go with the songs that I picked. First up from Vapor Trails is Sweet Miracle. I think it's an okay song. I like Getty's vocals like in the first verse, but just after that, I just kind of taper off. It's never been a song that's always held my attention. I think Vapor Trails is a great album, but this song for me is kind of the low point. Next up is The Wreckers, a song I have a similar issue with. I like the top half of the song, but it just doesn't keep me locked in. I think there's some really great stuff in it, but just like going towards the back half, it's just never been a song that I'm like super stoked to listen to. I love the opening drum groove, but it just never really held me. Next up is Face Up, which it's from Roll the Bones, and it's an interesting one for me because I used to really like this song. But just over time, I just started getting a little bit sour towards it. Just wasn't really a big fan, like listening to it now. So I'm hoping with this, maybe I can get some of that back. But just for now, it's kind of a lackluster song from Roll the Bones for me. Next up is In the End from Fly By Night. It's an interesting song in that it was one of the last Rush songs that I ever listened to in its entirety to like complete the full Rush discography. I don't know if it was just something, it never really caught my attention that well. I think the transition from the slower part in the beginning to like the main body of the song is pretty cool, but it's just that slow part to open it up. It's just something I'd always just skipped it. I'm like, I want to listen to something different. So In the End from Fly By Night. And then the last song that I have is Before and After from the debut album. I can't tell you a word about this song. I have no idea what's on this song. I've listened to it before, but it's just one of those songs that's just so forgettable for me. So I'm hoping that with this show, I can get something back, at least know a lyric or two or what chords are in it, something like that. But Before and After is just a song I've never really listened to that well. So those are my 5. Jarad, what about yours?
Jarad, what about yours? Jarad, what about yours? Jarad, what about yours?
Okay, I'm up. Mine is first
song is Freeze. It's clocking in at like 6+ minutes, and I've never been a big fan. The lyrics, I don't get it. I think you'll see a theme with my songs, but it's just like sometimes I freeze. Sometimes I freeze. I can't get into it. Next, Time and Motion. Similarly, just time and motion, wind and sun and rain.
Time and motion, wind and sun and rain.
I've always wanted to skip this as soon as I hear it. When they scrapped it on the Test for Echo tour, I was like, yeah, good call. Okay, Need Some Love. I often talk about how great of a lyricist, Neil was, and I always think about what Rush would have been like had Neil never joined on that fateful day. And I just always refer to this song, just running here, I'm running there, I'm looking for a girl. For a girl? Like how long
Who has
lyric?
Yeah.
Like, but for how long would lyric writing like that have lasted, I mean, Alex really would be back at his dad's store, and who knows what Getty would have been up to. So to go from that to like courageous convictions will drag the dream into existence, it's just amazing, the leap that was taken. So that song I'm not a big fan of. Carve Away the Stone. I think Test for Echo, it's not one of my favorite albums, and there's a lot of, for me, there's at least a few songs on that album where the metaphors are just not working for me. I feel like it's probably Neil's lyrical nadir, in my opinion. And, musically, like I like Dog Years and Virtuality, but the messages just don't come across for me. And this one is similar. And then Best I Can. I guess Fly By Night's not one of my favorite albums either. And I didn't want to torture myself with Rivendell. I mean, I can't. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Like, I just know my mind's made up on that song. So
Yeah.
I picked the song I like the least other than Rivendell, and I went with Best I Can. It just does nothing for me. So yeah, there's my 5.
Yeah, that's a really solid list. And last but not least, we got Patrick. What are your 5?
All right, my first song is I Think I'm Going Bald off of Crest of Steel. This is probably the only Rush song that I genuinely dislike. Like, I straight up cringe when I hear the lyrics to this song. Not gonna lie. Full disclosure, I'm probably also a little overly sensitive to it because I started balding back here when I was like 24. So I may have some issues that we got to work through here together, guys. I'm just throwing that out there because I love the rest of Crest of Steel. If not for this song, Crest of Steel is probably a top 5er for me because I love the weird prog stuff.
Whoa.
Yes, but this drops it way down for me. Number 2, Countdown. I just never got into this one because I think the intercut of the like NASA voiceover command center stuff kind of takes me out of the song a bit, so I never got hooked on it. I think part of it too is, from I'm 35 years old. I was born in '86, so like I didn't grow up with the whole NASA thing really being like a big deal. Like I was never into like, oh my God, there's a shuttle launch coming. Wow, this is some magical moment. Like I'm not really into that stuff, so I don't think that's why the song never resonated with me as well. Third, Lock and Key. I just don't like the chorus. The way that Getty kind of sings that chorus, like, and kind of hits the high note, and he's talking about the hunter and me and stuff, and I'm just like, it's not working for me. I'm not feeling it, but that's why I'm here to give it another chance. Neurotica. I don't actually dislike this song. I just forget about it. I forget about this song. I love like half of Roll the Bones. I find the other half kind of forgettable, and this is one of those songs. So I'm just kind of interested to give this one a second chance because I just came around on You Bet Your Life, which I'd kind of forgotten about it for a while. So I think there's potential here with this song. And then The Speed of Love is just too slow and kind of too much mid-tempo Rush, and the love kind of lyrics. The love lyrics never felt natural to me in a Rush song that just didn't feel like their wheelhouse. And but I love the rest of Counterpart, so I want to give this, see if I can get in on this song and love all of Counterparts. So those are my 5.
Awesome list for everybody. So before we pick our first songs, I just want to let the viewers at home know we welcome you to play along, whether you want to pick your own 5 songs or stick with one of our journeys throughout this show. We really want everybody to get involved. Play it in the comments. Any way you can get involved, we'd really be happy with. So let's go and spin the first couple of wheels. So before I spin, let's just do a little bit of explaining. So on this wheel, we have everybody's song choices, but there's also names on there. So if you land on a song, that's the song you get. If you land on your own name, you get to pick the song. But if we land on one of the other panelists' names, they get to pick the song for you from that list. So whether or not you want to lowball them with an easy one, or you want to make it just the worst song on that list, you can go for it. So we're going to start off with Ralph. Let's see what the big wheel says. First spin of season 2. All right, Ralph's going to be starting off with Limbo. I actually really like that song. What do you think going in for your first song?
It's not the worst on my list, so.
No.
I'll know what the worst one is.
Right.
Awesome. That's going to be a fun one. I really like Limbo. I think it's a dope song. All right. Next up, we got Me. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. All right.
Nice.
Before and after.
There you go. All right.
Your chance.
All right. Who knows? Maybe this will come out on top as a
Ryder,
favorite of mine.
I'm with you. I mean, I feel like Before and After and Here Again, I can't tell. I know that there are those are 2 songs. Right now I cannot tell you which one is which.
Yeah, Here Again. I was debating if I wanted to put Here Again on this list, but it's just that awesome. There's a really wicked guitar intro in it, and I just think the song carries really well. I couldn't tell you what Before and After is just at all. All right, so next
Well, you
up,
couldn't before, but I hope after you can.
All right.
Hey,
Yeah.
there we go. All right, we got Jarad up next. Let's see what you get. Ooh, okay. Jarad, you get to pick your own song.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, I guess I will go with Best I Can to get that one over with first.
Okay, that's a
That
pretty
one's gonna
solid
come
starter.
around. That one's gonna come around for you. I have a good feeling.
Oh, for sure. That's one of my favorite songs on Fly By Night. I think that'll be a positive turnaround. All right, and last but not least, we got Patrick. Let's see what he gets. Ooh. Lock and Key. All right.
He made such a cringe face.
I did this to myself. To myself.
Jeez, how you feeling about that? Lock and Key going in. First
Got a lot
one.
of regrets right now. A lot of regrets, but we'll see how it goes. All right.
Jeez, I think that one would be a turnaround.
Let's do this.
Try watching with the music video. I think that's a fun song.
Oh, they made a music video for that one? All right.
Yeah, that was that was one of the ones on Hold Your Fire with the music video.
Okay.
Awesome, guys. Well, this has been a very fun Prelude episode. I think this is going to be an awesome season. Once again, we got a great panel of guests here. And once again, you guys at home, we really want you to play along with us. Once again, pick your own 5, stick with one of us. Any way you want to do it, get involved with Stick It Out. This is one of our really fun shows on here. And just to get as many people in as we can, that'd just be awesome. All right, everybody, have a great time. We'll see you in episode 1. Later.